travel, don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Two and a throw right away. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one. So they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Tua sets up to pass it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Lions at 11-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. That they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 18. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Brian Robinson Jr. with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. The main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And they'll stop it after a gain of a couple to the 33. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he went backwards. They'll be down at the 30. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. There'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Tua's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Robinson with another carry. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Tua. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here to add to to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-0.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
10-0 to score after one on EA Sports. Now a first down throw, Fields. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
To throw again on second down, Fields. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Well, here we go on 4th down, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he'll take this down to the 33. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A slant to Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Back to throw, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Fields now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Again, it's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line.
But those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, here's Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's a pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. On the move past the 40. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. His is complete to Jones. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To the air again, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. On the counter, this is Robinson. And some room to run now. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Detroit. Brian Robinson Jr. with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Touchdown, Bears! Darnell Mooney, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was trying to get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And some room to work. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get in. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool at that point, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
McCaffrey running up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, falling like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
from the 39. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 20-line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points.
And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion now. Finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure?
Touchdown! Darnell Mooney, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bears get a bit closer. Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now.
Bears 14. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 176 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard.
Hand off now to Robinson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 15. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to start one away in the 40.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Fields. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The gun, McCaffrey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Lions are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Fields. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he loses the football the 2nd time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 2nd and 10. Fields again. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 236 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches have a reliable running game. They breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Robinson with another carry. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll run with Robinson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And do not ask me to explain what in the world happened there, folks. That's a safety in the strangest of ways, my word. So,
Don't even say it, Parker. Don't even say it.
The name Ronway Marshall comes to mind.
You said it. You said it.
This might be worse than that, though. It is. This is worse than that. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover.